Hello and welcome. I am the last hit point hero, and you have found your way to Neon Lights Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Tonight, we continue our playthrough of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. And to answer the question, will we finish this campaign before a new edition comes out? That answer is no.
Oh man.
We tried.
Did we though? We could have tried harder. First and foremost, no attempts to make the story child appropriate have occurred. This is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. Self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images, and generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night.
Oh no.
Oh no. He's so cold.
The Frostmaiden. She's
Frostmaiden
taking
is
him.
infecting.
There we go.
Safety tools are in place for our players. You as a viewer do not have such a luxury. If you have sensitivities, any of the listed topics or something just makes you feel uncomfortable, feel free to bounce away. We will be here when you return. Barring that, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap the follow button to join the wonderful world of Neon Lights Roleplay. Click the Discord link that will spontaneously appear in chat. Perfect. And above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. As for our players, they will introduce themselves and their characters, say hello, and answer the question for the night, which is just off the top of my head and a surprise to all of them. The question is, if your character had one ability one of your friends had, what would that be? Your character, one ability, play the word ability as much as you want because it's a quick answer. Of another one of your friends, what is that? So, hope the question makes sense. If not, you can always say magic missile. That is the question. That is plenty of time to think about it. So we will begin below me. Never gonna give you up. It's heck.
Oh, I know how this round is gonna go, and I'm okay with that. Hey everyone, it's me, Sir Heckalot. I'm here. I'm on your screen, and as per usual, per season 2, I'm here with Valkyrie, maybe Astoria. We'll see how the plot goes. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, if I'm answering from Astoria's perspective, I think she would really be interested in being able to like sneak around and then just do a massive amount of damage like Hush does, because that's wild. She's very impressed by that. Definitely a very unique ability within the group. So yeah, that's probably her answer. I don't know. I think
the ability to do a whole lot of damage all at once, a unique ability in the group of bards.
Yeah, actually though,
I envy the ability to damage something.
Yeah, do more than 4 damage between 3 characters in a round.
That was one time.
Listen, we do the like disable spells of like doing saves and stuff. We
just buff the shit out of each
or
other.
Buff each other. Yeah, we either buff or debuff.
And then Rom comes.
That's it. That would be a story's answer. And if we were answering for Valkyrie, probably just like any of the magical stuff. I think the magical stuff that's been happening in the group is really impressive to her. That's how that would probably go. But yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Continuing down and around, never going to let you down. It's Al.
Hi, my name is Al. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Mirth, our copper dragonborn bard, one of many. If Mirth could have a power of one of his compatriots, one thing he loves is that Azerus can change size and go robot transformer, and Mirth would love probably to have the gravitas of that as well. But I think he would love that flexibility to get big when wanted. You know what I mean? And also just to cut through swaths of his enemies. It's the kind of shower thought he would have frequently as a bard. He would be imagining it. Yeah, that's it for me.
Absolutely perfect. Continuing around, never gonna run around and desert you. T.
Hello, I'm T, and today I play Brom, the human paladin. Honestly, I think Brom would also like to be like Azerus in that he'd love to not be squishy and fleshy. He would love to be made of iron and able to be superheated without dying. He thinks his friend's ability to live thousands of years is very, very helpful to his cause. So all those things he respects and would want to have himself, if applicable.
Absolutely perfect. Never gonna make you cry. It's Janie.
Hi, it's Janie. I'm playing May. She would. I can't really think of. I guess she would like to just be able to cause more damage.
Do you want to be
more
strong like
effective.
Brom?
Yeah, that's all I think of. Sorry.
No, that's
No,
fine.
that's
That
because
is-
May can do everything, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
She's incredible.
May's ability to animate icicles was the first thing that really legitimately broke the DM with not knowing what he should do. So
Yeah.
And last but not least, back again, never gonna make you cry. It's Squiggles.
Sorry, a fly just tried to attack me. That's why I just did that. Hey, it's me. I'm Squiggles. I am playing the role of Hush, your lovable halfling rogue. I'm gonna. You said it before I could. HP. May, when she animated all of the icicles in the room and was just going, that was truly insane. And as I'm a soul knife rogue, in case you didn't know. I've got psychic abilities. That was like the upper echelon of where I want to get to. So I was like, yo, yeah, give me more of that, please. Is there a paper that I need to sign? How do I get involved in the animate icicles kind of role? I was loving it. Being in it. Yeah.
Perfect. And off screen, never gonna say goodbye. It is Foxy.
Got him.
Hey folks, it's young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as the guy who never rushes to get his mic unmuted ever in life. And I'm playing Azerus, even though I'm not visible. Happy to be here, friends. If Azerus could have one ability from any of his friends, it would be the way in which every single person they encounter has had their lives made better in some way by this group of people. It's a unique and incredible ability Azerus has never seen in any other group of Fleshborn, and he wishes he could keep it with him forever.
Oh.
Fantastic. Wonderful. That is everyone, and I am Last Hit Point Hero. I use the him pronouns. I am going to be everyone else in this thing. Usually the players will be trying to kill me, because that's just what happens in this kind of a relationship, and I'm okay with it.
Sorry, not sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I forgot to warn you, Foxy, sorry. But it was fun looking for you to hit the unmute button. As for tonight, last session there was a combat with a Drider who had some feelings and was definitely not the kind of person you want to be friends with. In any case, they slaughtered him, took his stuff, and have within his notebook found the means for getting into this locked tower and a number of other things. But perhaps most notably is at the very end, Azerus showed up with Astoria's body and has teleported away with it in order to resurrect her. There are a few other odds and ends that have taken place. But before we get into the scene with all of you, I want to shift the camera back to Olani, Hush's sister, who is waiting for you in the northwestern section of this dungeon. Olani leans against the remains of the tower that it seems so long ago, though it was only a few days, the party rested to regenerate their magical abilities and their strength, and she met the oddest group of people who were helping her brother, who helped her, who released her from a curse of a vampire. Although it hadn't been long, and the most notable thing that happened was a sharp wind blowing out of the vault the other day, she knew the group should hurry. They wouldn't be able to keep their distance from the Silent Sisters forever. They wouldn't be able to keep apart, and she needed to get away. As she etched a stick figure in the wall next to her with her dagger, a voice broke her contemplation. "Hello, Olani. Have you seen our dearest brother about? It seems both of you went on a bit of a vacation. You know we can't allow that." The scene shifts back to Hush making his way around the ice, through the tunnels, following along behind the rest of the party. Hearing the sound of combat not far away, he begins rushing, and as Hush turns the corner, you essentially arrive in time to see a rather tall metal being teleport away, carrying a burden of some kind. That is where we will pick up all of you, and I just have to toss Hush onto the map. There we are. And yep, that's where we'll pick up. So Azerus and Astoria teleport away. The rest of you look up, and as those two pass through the energy of that ring and disappear, and it suctions away, there's Hush at the end of the room, standing staring.
Mirth stares for a minute because as Azerus poofed away, it almost looked as though he transformed from a distance into our friend. And Mirth does like a triple take and then goes, "Hush!"
Yeah. What was that?
It's not complicated. It's just our friend Azerus. We haven't seen him in a really long time. He came and took Astoria's body, and I think he's going to do something incredible. Where have you been?
Wait, Astoria's body? What?
Yes.
Not with us anymore.
Oh God. I missed everything. I'm sorry. I thought I heard something over in that room, so I went that way, and then, then got lost, and then I heard the fight, so I started making my way, and now, what?
We should get moving. Let's go. And May just kind of starts whatever direction they're supposed to be going.
Which way are we? Huh?
Well, May, at the moment, you are a giant vulture circling around the room. That's where we had left
Okay.
you off.
I'm still a vulture? Okay.
Yeah.
What is
Oh yeah.
There's also someone else in the room you don't recognize.
There's also
This is a
someone
lot.
in the room.
What's happening?
Okay.
I just kind of hover at the exit entrance, whatever.
Hush is like doing his whole thing, sees the giant vulture and like, holy, the blades come out. He's like, what's happening? What is happening?
Oh, that's May. I think she's trying to tell us something.
Meg?
What is it, May?
Someone's down in the well.
God.
May's a woman. Why is she a bird? I don't understand.
May is a being of many talents. Even I didn't know she could do that.
Now I'm just like imagining like May like.
Oh, Janie, you're on mute.
Has May still got her crown on? That's what I want to know. Is it a giant vulture with her crown?
Like, I don't know if that would transfer in the form that she's in.
Officially, it does not.
Oh, that's a shame.
I was just kind of flapping impatiently.
Oh my gosh.
Mirthful,
Seems
um,
like your bird friend wants to leave.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yes, we can walk
Valkyrie,
into
right?
it.
So, how is Valkyrie looking? Actually, if it's okay and if it's not overstepping, could we get just a snapshot of what the character, where we're at? Because it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Essentially, so May in vulture form was circling around. The rest of you had essentially eaten the spell book with your book and were looking through that, getting information. Azerus and Astoria came up. Azerus made the promise of being able to do something to help Astoria and disappeared with her. So in a way, all of you are kind of in a group with a few things on your mind. First, you have this helmet that sounds an awful lot like what Olani had described a couple days ago that she was looking for. You have a new staff. You have a book of spells, including a lot of talk about the tower that's behind you. And essentially, there's also this note about how, despite the infatuation with Valkyrie, there's also these notes about how she's an idiot that would never understand the locks on these towers because the arcane wonders are so far beyond her. It's just kind of part of this mixed emotional outburst. And then there's this description of how, it's just the act of these simple spells would be sufficient to unlock the tower and get let everyone within. So really, those are where everyone is. Those are the open lines, so to speak. And then Hush's return is kind of the only other thing of note.
Okay. Yeah, well, Mirth will welcome Hush back into the fold, sort of, as we all convene, and we'll look up at where May is sort of encouraging us to, get focused, and say, hold on a second, May. Where should we go right now? I mean, a lot just happened, right? He looks at Brahm, kind of like voice of reason.
Well, if we go too far, Azerus won't be able to find us. But I think we should probably investigate these ruins, see if we can get what we're looking for here.
I guess that would make sense. Hey, look at this helmet.
I'm gonna inspect it.
You pull out this helmet, and as you take a closer look at it, now that it's out of the Yisselbeck's satchel, there is a almost inherent coldness to it. As you look at the metal, it is a very pure metal, almost like a stainless steel reflective helmet. And it's just if someone were to put it on their head, it would look like somebody's mom cutting their hair into a bowl shape in the Midwest. It's a Midwest.
It's a bowl cut helmet.
It's a bowl cut helmet. And within it and on the outside, the metal looks as though there's frost on it, and it's hard to tell if that's natural because the temperature in here is already very cold, or if there's something more. And also particularly notable is there is a symbol on what would be the front of this helmet, and it is the symbol of a snowflake, one that you all immediately recognize as one of the symbols the Frost Maiden uses.
It's a little small for her.
Mm.
And probably most notable, Hush, it definitely fits the description of exactly what your sister has been looking for.
Just about to say, I'm staring at it, thinking, so wait, this is what my sister was looking for. You found it, guys. So should we go back?
Well, probably. You want to see your sister, right? I mean, if she needs this potentially evil... Can I use detect magic to see what kind of magic is on this sucker?
You
Evil.
absolutely can.
I mean, it's not just for its good looks. If this is something affiliated with the Frost Maiden, it is going to be bad news. And I'm a professional, Mirth says.
You cast detect magic, and there is a very powerful enchantment effect that is on this, along with an abjuration. So both abjuration and enchantment are infused in this helmet.
Interesting. Mirth will articulate this out loud because he's incapable of internal processing. And will definitely also, to be clear, would have handed this to Hush for your sibling, your potentially dangerous helm.
Understandable. I will take it off of your hands.
Maybe we should go swing by up and see how your sister is. A lot has happened, even though it's been only a couple of days. And I don't know, I don't think it would be too far to catch Azerus if he comes back. When he comes back. He's coming back. For sure. Mirth looks up at May, wondering what, even though she's still in vulture form, did she transform back, or is she just enjoying the bird life right now?
I think at some point she would have dropped the spell after realizing that no more danger was readily apparent. That she didn't have to like anybody's eyes out or anything.
She was she was like, I'm ready.
So May goes back to human form. Everyone's kind of assessing this bowl. Valkyrie, what are you thinking?
I think she's just kind of looking around the scene, looking that they are about to depart back the way that she doesn't really want to go. They're going further out, and she's pretty much accomplished what she can at the moment, at least given the circumstances. So if they are heading back, she'll look at the whatever might remain of the arachnid viscera that's on this cave. And we'll just say much has changed. I think I need to go report back to my matron.
Oh.
Well, you do that. It's been swell. Thanks for the help.
Also, hey, who are you?
Hi.
Oh, hi. I'm Hush. Nice to meet you.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. That's a cool name.
For a cool lady.
She just kind of takes a nod to that. It says, to think that I was about to just eliminate strangers at the first time that we met. Kind of interesting to think about now.
Yeah, maybe you'll think twice before murder, Mirth says, hopefully.
Hush has already taken like 50 steps back. No.
I think I will. And perhaps one act of kindness will lead to kinder souls down the road.
Mirth smiles brilliantly, all many of his teeth sparkling. I just realized a dragonborn smile is probably a little disconcerting. I never thought of it before. Like, would it look like a bearded dragon? Just like a lot of little teeth? What would it look like?
Maybe a
Who knows?
little teeth, but I think Dragonborn would just have a very natural, innocent look when smiling like that.
Like a snake face, like the puppy face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aww,
That's cute.
cute.
So, Valkyria, if
Right.
there's nothing else, I can send you back the way that she came to reach this point.
Yeah. I think she will do a wave and take her leave.
Aww.
Valkyria will make her way to the icy slide in the northern section of the room. She will take some item out of her pack, drink from it, and then start climbing, using spider climb, up that icy shaft, turning a corner and disappearing from sight.
Hmm.
Oh, she can walk on walls as well?
Yeah.
That's a skill. Yo, I could.
Yeah. No, she's scary, Hush. Yeah. We had similar goals for a while, but we were destined to part eventually. But she is terrifying and very skilled.
Yeah, terrifying is the word I'd use as well.
I'm glad you're back.
Oh, I'm glad to be back. Yeah, thank you. Gosh, I'm just so glad that we have what Alani was looking for. I mean, whatever she's using it for, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, that's just sort of one thing off the list, you know. So, but I don't mean to, move the party in the way that they don't want to go. I'm just thinking about her, but
We should go
I'm
see
here.
your sister. That's what I think. What do you think, May and Brahm? And can we make a detour to find some family?
I think it's dangerous to split the party, but perhaps we should resolve this first and then come back.
Question hanging, and time to think about it. We're going to shift to the scene, far from the Frost Maiden's vault, and arrive in the city of Waterdeep, in all of its bustling glory. Being one of the largest cities of Faerun, there is always something going on in Waterdeep. There are always trades taking place, people bartering for their day-to-day needs and for great prizes. This is a place of prosperity and wealth and filth, all intermingling. And watching over it, on a hill within Waterdeep itself, is one of the most beautiful temples ever built. Called the Spires of Morning, the silver and platinum and gold domes on each tower reflect the rising sun in this scintillating flash of light every day. The morning prayers are blasted from the tops of these towers, calling all of Lathander's faith. In this case, in a room deep within the temple, a portal opens, and out steps Azerus, holding Astoria, to be greeted by the young acolyte watching the teleportation chamber. Azerus, you're back so soon. You only just left a few days ago. Is everything okay, sir?
My friend requires aid.
Oh, absolutely.
Where may I take her?
To the priest. Father Ardmore. Come, let's hurry.
Azerus will
This
give a long, slow, clunky nod and start stepping along with them.
this unnamed acolyte leads you through some of the lower parts of the temple, and it is as beautiful as you remember it. You were not here long, but this is exactly where you dropped off Solaire and Apollo and the other brothers that you made in Icewind Dale. Working your way through the chambers, the acolyte takes you to the grand sanctuary. And as you arrive, there are a few petitioners in various positions of prayer. And near the front, passing along blessings, is a very withered old dwarf. He turns as the acolyte hustles forward, you following along behind. Jeremy. Oh, Brother Azerus. So glad for you to return. You seem to bear ill news.
My friend has been wounded mortally, High Priest. Was not fast enough to save her. She is needed for what this world... for what her friends need. Is there something you can do?
Yes, of course, under Lathander's light, all healing is possible. But unfortunately, there is a trade for magic so powerful.
My friends have provided me with much. Whatever you require, I will assure you are paid handsomely for it.
It's not a matter of coin. We would never be so petty in our requests. The spell itself requires sacrifice. Azerus, you hold your friends in great esteem. You have spoken of them incessantly in just the few weeks that you have been here. You ever carry that desire to return to them, and in fact did just a few days ago, despite our request that you stay. They are drawing you away from this place, aren't they?
I would not be what I am if not for them. I owe them
Oh.
a great deal.
That we do know, but you have your brothers who are in training, who require your guidance. The temptation to return is a sacrifice. Not because it is wrong. Of course it is not wrong. You should want to help. But for magics this powerful, to call on Lathander to raise the dead, the offering must be great.
If this Lathander can bring back my friend, there is nothing I would not give.
You have on your person the means to visit your friends whenever you wish, do you not? As he gestures toward the teleportation ring.
Oh.
He gives a slow nod.
That is a sacrifice. To where you may no longer run away to protect them, but must allow them to find their own way. Would that be a sacrifice?
It would.
This,
I still send Astoria back.
of course, we have the means to send her wherever she needs to go, and you as well if the need is deemed appropriate.
Boy.
But that is where you must trust the order. Your brothers and you will do amazing things. We are planning, once training is complete, to take Solaire to a small village called Daggerford. Present him to the Baron and Baroness there as a new light of Lathander in that place. These plans can only come to fruition if you are here. The old dwarf stretches his hand out. The ring. The temptation. Your sacrifice.
And once again, I am called to serve. Very well. It's a long mechanical hiss and whine as the ring sort of disables from a collar in his chest before depressurizing and removing itself. He places it in a large metal hand and holds it out to the priest, still holding Astoria's body in the other hand.
Lathander knows what you have given up to make this request. Join us in the prayers. And over the course of the next hour or so, you join the high priest and the other priests of Lathander at the altar, at the most beautiful temple in all of Faerun. The priest does not destroy the ring, merely pockets it. It seems it was not the magic, but the act that fueled this gift. The ritual progresses. The prayers are offered. And with a gasp, Astoria's eyes open.
Oh.
Astoria, you awaken, looking up at a beautifully painted ceiling. There are images of righteous battles, of penitent warriors, and of the helpless being lifted up and shown a great light. And in its center, you recognize a holy symbol of Lathander. And as your eyes focus, you see a number of priests, a very old dwarf, and your friend Azerus standing over you.
I think she's like starting to get like, oh, that way's up. She just looks over everybody in the most confused expression.
The old dwarf looks at you and says, "Child, Lathander's light has shown the path back to us. Welcome to the Spires of Morning."
Thank you. Still a little confused. Why am I here?
You were dead, child.
I see. Oh. Straightening herself.
The others in the caves. You were separated in the belly of that beast. I dove after you, but I wasn't fast enough. I brought you here at their assurance.
Thank you, Azerus. You may not have been fast enough, but you certainly made the way. Where would Astoria know, like, where the Spires of Morning are?
It is highly likely that as a bard of some renown, however, you are from another place. And I don't know if we defined exactly which desert Astoria came from.
Yeah.
So if you came from a desert in Faerun, then yes, everyone knows the Spires of Morning. If you did not come from a desert on Faerun, then this is very obviously one of the richest and largest temples you've ever been in.
Imagine knowing the D&D map.
He was like, I mean, I figured Faerun is so massive that there's probably a desert somewhere that would fit the narrative. I don't think I specifically said, but
Kalimshan.
Yep. I wished that I didn't remember Kalimshan, but
Yeah,
yeah.
same to you. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like,
Oh.
Let's.
well, they got deserts.
That is all that is associated with that is deserts. Yep.
Mhm.
I
So
see.
yes, if that is where we were, then you would absolutely know.
Okay. You made it all the way to Waterdeep?
He will tap his chest, now missing the warp ring. I had help.
I see.
Hmm.
The others, they were in. They just finished a great battle when I last found them. I'm not sure where they wish to head next, but they will need you.
I probably do.
Then we should prepare you for your journey. Get you ready to head out.
Are you not coming along as well?
I have been called to serve.
Yeah, her
Particular.
face would fall a little bit at that.
There is much to learn and much to be done. And there are 4 very young, very new beings. Need the guidance of one who's very old, that they can look to and see themselves in.
I have always been a thing of vigil and violence. I will find my calling best in a place like this. Understand, though, that if you or one of the others is ever in dire need of me, there is not a god that could keep me away.
I should hope not. You would probably give them a run for their money.
Azerus just briefly looks up. I've yet to fight a god, now that I think of it. It'd be fun.
Then come back.
Well, we can send you back to, where were you again?
We were in the vault of the Frost Maiden.
You can just drop her off at the corner. It's fine.
Then you have quite a task before you.
That I do.
You should know that gods and goddesses, regardless of their justness or their wickedness, they are difficult to truly defeat. You may cast down form of the divine, but its core will ever remain untouched. As long as there is one to lift their name in praise, it will be the means for them to return. It's only if everyone forgets that for God can truly pass away. Come, let us go. The procession takes you back through the same path that you took while not amongst the living. Returns you to a...
Before you leave. In the War of Ancients, I watched a few angels fall. It was a glorious thing to watch one rise. Be well, friend.
Same to you. Don't go dying on us, okay?
Nothing has killed me in over 4 centuries.
Fair enough.
I love
That's
him so
true.
much.
The appropriate incantations are spoken. A portal opens before you and a cold wind blasts out. Through it, you can see your friends. You step through, and the cold blasts you again. The rest of you, as you are discussing your options, in this strange state of feeling as though time didn't really pass, a portal reopens, seemingly no more than 10 minutes or so from when Azerus left. And Astoria steps out. There's a voice that passes through it. It says, "The light of Lathander can guide your path through all of time and space." Welcome back, Astoria.
So, Story, when you come back, are you like floating in a halo of godlight? Like, do you want to like paint us a mind picture of what we're seeing?
I think that would be really interesting, like, considering the portal is probably very bright. Probably, like,
Gandalf the
reflecting and
White
refracting,
situation?
yeah, off of the ice, and it's probably, like, a silhouette just to begin with, because it's, like, you have to, like, adjust your eyes to it, and then that silhouette, like, eventually becomes someone that you recognize.
Yeah, Mirth stares at the light in like awe. I think maybe mid something practical, like scraping ice off of Brahm's windshield or whatever. And I think he like looks and goes, "Lassander!" Like as you're coming down, just picked the. My God.
Is that you?
God, is that you? It's very much giving that, I would say.
Then it fades, and then it's just Astoria.
Even better! And Mirth will run to Astoria, but then stop before doing, like, it's kind of like how when he hugs Azerus, it's like when you hug a giant, very sturdy dog that can take slamming around and does not care. But Astoria is like a perfect, delicate angel butterfly, so Mirth is like doing the hover hands of Astoria!
Oh,
Spiderous
too
grip.
bad,
Are you
because-
real?
Because Brom doesn't ask for consent. He just kind of like runs up and will take them both. So sorry.
Dude, just boom, just
Yes.
boom, full grab, bouquet of
Full grab.
friends.
Yeah, it's very
Oh,
much like
fabulous.
all of the hobbits after
Yes.
the war. They all
Mhm.
just
All the
hug
bards.
each other.
Yes.
Oh,
Time for Hoog.
This is
Hush
very
is
good.
using his sort of his face wrap, and he's just dabbing his eye,
Aww.
like just a little bit, just like, oh, this is nice.
Okay, so
Mirth-
what we're through next. May's just very official.
Where's Azerus? Says Brom. After about 15 seconds of being very happy.
He had to stay back at the temple.
Just glad he's safe.
Mhm.
Carefully put him down.
Mirth will rest his forehead against Astoria's briefly, like clonk. A very dragonborn thing to do, and he will say, "I am so glad you're back. We missed you terribly. And I'm so sorry that you died on our watch.
Wasn't
Won't happen again."
I mean I appreciate that part of it, but it wasn't any of you all's fault. I hope you know that.
We should really get going to where we're going. Where are we going? We have stuff to do.
We have to find artifacts.
Okay, yeah, let's go find artifacts.
Mirth pauses a little bit and cants his head to the side, wondering if May is feeling all right. And he wants to ask, but he doesn't know if this is like the right time. Because she seems very focused and like she's helping kind of organize us. And so he doesn't want to let go of that he's clocking it a little bit, and he's thinking, I hope May's
Okay, all of you stay behind me and do not get hurt.
Oh, I see. We're being mother ducked. Okay. Fall into step.
Where to,
Yes,
May?
May.
I have no idea where we go.
I think we're going, it was discussed we're going to touch base hopefully with Hush's sister, Alani, to give her the helmet.
Okay. So there are a couple ways to approach that path. The very smooth-sided tunnel that Valkyrie ascended is one path that may or may not go the direction you need to. Other than that, the only way into this tower room is the path that you took to get here, which was following the drow from a bit of a distance. So there wasn't too much exploration as much as there was simply getting there quickly. So I guess the question is, which way would you like to try to go? The unknown path, or back the way you came to circle around the way you know will lead there?
I am desperately trying to hide that I'm feeling emotions, so I'm going to go the unknown path because I'm not paying attention as much as I should.
Sure. So May,
Um,
you make your way to the foot of a 60-foot wide, perfectly round ice slide. It is on kind of this northwestern. Oh, I have two Mays. In fact, one May. It's in kind of this northwestern area of this particular chamber. And looking up it, the slide ascends at a particularly steep angle. So the question of, if you're going this way, is how are you going to go about that?
It's a slide.
It is a 60-foot in diameter ice tunnel that is a slide that goes down into this room. So it goes up into darkness beyond.
Hush, is this the way to your sister?
Hush looks at me and pauses for about half a second and then just shrugs like.
All right, I'll go first. I'll if I see anything, I'll let you know.
Are you turning into a bird again?
No, Brom, can you make sure that none of them get hurt, please?
I will.
And May will slide down the slide.
No. It slides up.
Oh,
We're at the
up.
bottom of the slide.
You're at the bottom of the
Oh
slide.
no.
Which is why I asked the question, how are you going to do this?
I guess I want to try to climb. I guess I don't know. I want to climb a 50-foot slide.
Make an
You turn
athletics
into a
check.
spider?
Okay. Watch me fail. No, I got 8.
An 8. You get a little bit of a running start, and you make it up just like a couple steps before it looks like the first time a toddler tries to go up a slide the wrong way. You kind of fall forward and then just slide down on all fours.
I would keep trying, desperately trying to climb it for a few minutes.
I don't know.
With May's athletics of 1, it doesn't take too many attempts before you come to the understanding that just climbing this is beyond your ability.
Maybe I can have a go. I think Hush wants to try, and maybe is he able to use his acrobatics to sort of like instead of climbing, he's sort of almost leaping each time, it's like jumping off of.
So generally, I use athletics and acrobatics fairly interchangeably. In this case, however, the idea of jumping up an icy slide being an advantage doesn't really work. Which means I will let you attempt it with acrobatics, but it will be even harder to get up this slide attempting acrobatics as opposed to athletics.
Okay. I'll try. We'll see what happens. You know.
Absolutely.
Don't hurt yourself doing it.
He's gonna hurt himself doing it.
Fine. I'll be fine. Sort of turns around, looks up at the slide, and takes a big deep breath. Like, okay, here we go.
Mirth gets into a catcher's position for when he slides back down.
I rolled a 25.
25.
Just shoots up the thing and disappears.
You leap part of the way up this slide, and you're familiar with acrobatics. You've done flips. They're second nature for you. You did your first backflip at age 4. I mean, this is nothing new. You find your footing and take another leap. You find your footing and twist, and you make it a good, 30, 40 feet up this slide before you lose momentum and suddenly have to hold on to something. And there is nothing to hold on to. And you come firing down this slide.
I got him.
Mirth in a catcher's position. You crash into Mirth. The two of you go stumbling backwards in a heap, both ending up on the floor.
Are they injured?
May you rush over and check? They don't appear to be.
I told you to not to get hurt.
Well, I think we should go the other way.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah, follow me. Don't go up any more slides.
Mirth mutters under his breath, but we did follow you, as he follows her to the next location that we're having a go at.
In order to ease travel, we'll go one room at a time. I'll tell you what's going on in the room in case there's something you want to do, and if not, we'll just kind of keep shifting by.
All right.
So all of these areas you kind of quickly shot through. This one is particularly wide open. It just seems to be a place where the tower was split by the walls of ice. You can see one of the statues that controls the lock on the tower here. There is another one to the south. Nothing that you haven't already seen. The drop down is about 10 feet to get down into this area. There is a fork in the tunnel. The first time through, you completely ignored the fork, but there is a room that leads off to the north that no one has been in yet. So as you pass by, the question is, are
Let's
we
do a
making
little peek.
We should do a little.
I'm
peek,
down
I
for it
agree.
all.
Just in the
I'll
spirit of
step in
adventure.
I'll step in first. You all stay where it's safe.
Hey,
You know what?
Hush.
I think May has a May will just like hand a pretty sure she has a dagger to whoever's closest, even though you don't need it.
It's like a cheese stick for your lunchbox, but it's just a dagger. Take this in case you need it.
Mirth, as May squeezes past you, she slaps a dagger into your hands.
Mirth brandishes the dagger obediently. He looks over at Hush and he says, "Hey, Hush, can you use your telepathy to contact Olani? How far does that work? Like, what's your range?"
I don't think I've ever tried to do it with her so far away from me.
Definitely not underground like this. But you can give it a
Perception
shot.
gets funky.
I'm gonna try and reach out with my mind, see if I can speak to Alani. Just sort of close my eyes. I don't usually close my eyes to do this, but I'm concentrating because I've never thought to do it this far away before. So, close
Absolutely.
Eyes.
As you kind of open yourself to the earring that you have, so you have one of Alani's earrings and she has one of yours, just to remind everyone. To answer a question in our chat, you had a short rest, so everyone had a short rest and is still short of spells and healing and everything else. So that is an important note. But yeah, you suddenly occurs to you, I guess I could try. And you attempt to reach out to Alani through that earring that she wears. You open your mind, as you have many times, to this. It's not on all the time. It's kind of a concentrate to connect, and as soon as you do, you feel a warmth in your ear. It's a request to connect. And as you try and connect with Olani's earring, there's no response on the other end. But as you open yourself to this, your earring grows warm, where she seems to be trying to connect. Someone seems to try to connect you through it.
Wait a second. She has my earring. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and try and answer it.
You focus on that one. And you hear a familiar voice on the other end. But it's not Olani's voice. It is a very, very quiet voice. You hear your sister, Una. There you are, brother dear. Why don't you come say hello to Olani and I?
What? Una?
We told you we would find you. You were supposed to report back when you found Olani. It seems the message never reached us. Was that just my forgetful little brother?
I literally just got here, and then there was a whole. Wait, where are you? You're here? You're inside? Oh.
We have found our dearest sister, and I assume that you are coming home as well?
We?
Why don't you just make your way back? We found her right where you left her. And with that, the connection closes.
I think.
Mirth was trying to listen in, so his cheek is basically touching your cheek uselessly as he feels nothing psychic coming through. What? What did she say?
I'm gonna look at Mirth, and it's just pure fear. Like, if the color could wash away from his skin, he would be an entirely different shade. And I don't think he says anything. I just think he starts moving. I just think he's gonna start moving away quite as quickly as he can towards the direction that he where Alani was. I think his brain has just gone.
Hey, not by yourself.
What happened?
Oh, there's two things. I'll describe both, and you can let me know what your characters are doing. One, I want May to know what she sees when she walks into this room. And two, the rest of you will see Hush very quickly move down the hall, ignoring what's in the room. What is in the room is a absolutely massive spear. May, you see in the center of this room a wooden spear with an obsidian tip, frozen part of the way into the ice. It seems to glow faintly with a cold, cold light. Other than that, the room appears mostly empty. In fact, give me a perception check. We'll see just how empty at a glance. 23. You see frozen beneath this a number of odds and ends. There is the corpse of a mammoth that is completely underneath the ice. And it's not just a mammoth. It is a mammoth that seems to have riding gear on it. And there's something familiar about a decorative element on it. And you kind of rack your brain, and that 23 perception is enough for you to make the connection. There was a decoration similar to that on a frozen giant corpse that Hush tried to make friends with several rooms ago. So you have made some kind of connection between that giant's corpse and this spear sticking out of the ice. That's what you see. And as you turn around to tell everyone, you see Hush rushing down the hall.
Yeah,
From-
I still have to run after Hush, even though I see all this cool stuff in the room.
Brom turns around. Hush, are you okay?
I think at that point he just says, they're here. The sisters are here.
Well, don't run off
The
like
sisters. The
You could get
sisters
hurt.
are here.
Just lead us to where you need to go, and don't do that again.
What do you mean your sisters are here? Sisters is in plural, and you don't seem happy to hear about them.
Really quickly, really quick. I am a part of a guild. We are called the Many Sisters, and there's a lot of us, and the leadership is all basically my family, and we do bad things for bad people, and I was technically kind of sent here to find my sister, but really and truly I don't really want to go back, and now they're here. Now everyone's here. I think. I don't know. I know we need to get back, because I don't know who's here, and yeah.
Let me take your hand. And Mirth snatches up both of his hands and holds them firmly and says, just a sec. Breathe with me. Take your time. If we are going to go back to find your sisters, it's best if we have as much data as possible, and if we have a plan of some sort going in. Otherwise, they're going to take control of the situation. So, think about it. What do you want? What purpose would seeing them serve? That's not rhetorical, that's literal. Just think about it before we let fear lead us, okay?
I mean, seeing them and knowing that I didn't complete the task that I was supposed to complete means a fight, at the very least, because I don't want to go back, and they're going to make me want to go back, and they're going to take Alani as well, and she doesn't want to go back.
But is she
That's why
with
she left in
them?
the first place.
You said she's with them?
Yes.
So
yeah,
what- if you tell us where to go and you hang back and we rescue her,
I think it's if we're gonna do this, we should all do this.
well, but I don't want them to. Do they have any kind of connection with you, Hush, where they could like? Because I know you have the whole thing where the psychic, the mental thing. Do any of the rest of them have that with you?
No, there's only like 2 earrings that allow one person to communicate with the other, and I gave it to Alani, but now Una has it because I think she must have Alani, but she kept saying we, and that means, guys, you gotta understand, like, everyone. Okay, so the guild has many people, but the leadership are all kind of like, we all have the same kind of abilities. There's like, we are all fast.
You're all-
We all.
Psychic terrors, got it. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go rescue your sister and kick your other sister's asses. Is that what I'm hearing?
If.
Or maybe just intimidating them out of taking your sister and yourself.
I think we can do that, says Brom, cracking his knuckles very loudly.
Yeah, we can. We just have to make sure that Hush is okay and that they don't get Hush. I'm not losing any more of you.
Hush, you're strong and resilient and clever. And you're not alone. This can be done, and we're gonna do it. Mirth also is quietly playing inspiring music on his lute. By the way, and I'm gonna give you a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
That pep talk was him giving you an inspiration, and the gist of it is he's wanting you to have that autonomy and to not, go into an abusive family situation, giving up your before or letting other people protect you inherently. So he's kind of like, we've got your back on this theme music, baby, and we're gonna do.
All right.
But you're the star of the show.
Okay. All right. Okay. Looks at everyone and just says, "Thank you. Thank you so much. We should get moving."
You have to lead the way. I don't know where I'm going.
Turns and starts moving. Not as fast as he was. I think because he also has the helmet bowl, the bolmet. The bolmet? Let's call it the bolmet.
The bolmet.
The
The bolmet.
So curious about it.
Hush, your giant. By the way, Hush, your giant mammoth is in that room.
Oh. Important things. The things that are important.
A couple
That's
notes.
amazing.
A couple notes. All of you have been in multiple back-to-back combats. The actual spell slots remaining on your bards, I think, are pretty much done.
I kind of accidentally took a rest, I think, because all of my slots are back. So I would like to take one if we could, just so that I not cheating.
Yeah, no, I have all mine back too. I thought we did a long rest.
So there was a short rest during all of that.
Then in that
That
case,
we talked
should
about,
do a long
but we
rest.
never did a long rest, and I know that there was a lot of expenditure of energy. And Astoria, you come back with nothing. You don't have any of your spell slots.
Oh, cool.
You just have hit points.
Excellent.
All right. Well, time to play an Odysseus here. We're gonna use our words. We're gonna intimidate. We're gonna try.
There
So-
are 3 bards in this group.
I literally don't know what I had left last time. That's the
Yes,
problem.
like gatekeep, girl boss.
It was so because of what Hush knows of his sisters, and he knows how many sisters he has, and he knows the power that the guild could bring to bear. Hush, you can very easily guess that in your current state, it would not be much of a fight.
We ain't gonna make it.
So it might be wise to consider delaying measures before anything else.
Yeah.
So while I do understand the haste, you also know that you wouldn't lead your new friends into a slaughter.
I think this is what Hush is doing as he's really thinking about it. He's walking as he's leading, and then he sort of just goes stop and goes, wait. Yeah. I think you guys, you look tired, and if I'm even half right about the people who are here, you're gonna need all the strength that you can muster, and that's me too. I don't think I've ever won a fight against him.
Oh, look, I can take them on myself if I have to.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, but maybe we should, sit for a sec, have a bite to eat. I've told them that they didn't. I don't know if I'm on my way. Will that make things worse? No, of course I'm on my way back. So maybe we can just sit, have a bite to eat, just, and then I can tell you everything. I can tell you as much as I can in this time.
I think that's a good idea.
Might be best if you feel there's conflict, says Brom. What he doesn't say is, it's time to pray for him. He's happy to take a break for prayer time.
May's kind of unsettled and kind of bitey, but I guess with a lot of you all highly suggesting that we take a rest, they eventually will stop trying to find something to fight.
I think this is an example of where the system is getting in the way of the storytelling, unfortunately. Fuck you, D&D. Which is really tragic.
But first we rest.
But first we rest.
First we rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, May's like ready to fight, but I could see you all convincing her not to.
So is that decision? Pause for a moment. Collect ourselves.
Long rest?
There is a long rest planned. There is a nearby tower also that wouldn't take long to look at. But those are kind of those things. So we're going to take a break. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that in a leading way, and thinking about it sounds super leading. It's not leading. It's just what Al just said, and this is me completely above table, what Al just said is 100% true. It is a case where you're going to walk into a fight that you can't win without a rest, and the mechanics have outpaced what makes sense to run to. And so the options are to ignore the mechanics, for me to have a narrative reason to bypass the mechanics, or for us to accept the limits of the mechanics. And that's a conversation we can have shortly off screen after we take a break. So Foxy, if you will send us to intermission, we will take a few moments to get something to drink. Water's in, water's out, and we'll have a brief talk about how we want to approach this particular impasse. So yeah, that's it for now. Send us away, Foxy. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for bearing with us as we had a quick conversation and took care of some vitally needed necessities. One of the things that we discussed, and I, when I DM, I like to be very open about the DMing, the conversation, and the story part of things. It's something that's really important to me. It's why we end every session talking about stuff above table. One of the conversations that we had off screen was I don't want to go as far as say a mistake, but a mistiming that I introduced to essentially rush Hush over to Alani that really wasn't necessary at the time. And so we discussed it, and we are going to reload our save point and essentially pick up as though the conversation with Alani didn't happen. So Hush ignored that quick time prompt and just said, I will look at it later, instead of clicking on it in order to trigger that timed event. And so we're going to pick up just to get a little bit more exploration looking around, and then we will cross the Una Olani bridge when we get to it, and it'll give Hush also some more time to, reacclimate to the group since we've been apart for a couple sessions. So, where we are going to pick up is May handing a dagger to Mirth, making her way into this room and seeing this mammoth and spear that, because of an excellent perception check, she was able to tie to the giant, the frozen giant that Hush befriended back in the day. So that is where we will pick back up, and that's exactly where I will hand the game back over to you. May, you just turned around and said, Hush, your giant's mammoth friend is in here.
Literally just went.
There's also a
Run
frozen.
straight.
There's also a spear frozen. I guess some kind of spear frozen into the ice. It looks interesting, but I'm a little worried about trying to grab it.
Doesn't hear the worries about trying to grab it because he's just run straight into the room with the man.
Oh no.
And just now staring up at this monster. Really, this thing is like he's a halfling. Yeah, everything's big to him. This is like oh god. Like do you, maybe did the giant ride this thing, or did he? Or maybe they were. Wait, now I was trying to remember how big the giant was. Is the giant big enough to sit on top of the mammoth, or was it does the mammoth the same size as the giant, and it was more like kind of like or maybe the giant is much larger. Is it a dog situation with a giant and he has a pet mammoth, and maybe the mammoth was on a leash or something like that. This is, and yeah, Hush is just having a good time.
You look at this mammoth beneath the ice, and there is this odd reflective effect of something frozen beneath the ice. And really, the entire room feels off. The sizes feel weird because from the distance, the spear looked big, but as you approach, none of you really appreciated how big. And as you actually walk over the top of this frozen mammoth on the floor beneath you, the mammoth size really starts to occur to you. You see, the spear, as you approach and get to the foot of it, is 25 feet long.
Oh wow.
The mammoth, at best guess, stands 60 feet at the shoulder.
Holy shit.
The size is astounding.
Rom gets very large eyes. Large.
This is incredible.
Very impressive.
This is on the floor, right? This is underneath us.
The mammoth is frozen under the floor. The spear is sticking out of the floor.
Is it stabbed through the mammoth?
It is not. It looks almost like it fell off but didn't fall. It was, you could imagine if this entire room was thawed and water, that the mammoth fell through and the spear was above the waves when it froze solid. So there's probably 4 or 5 feet of this spear under the ice.
Is it a magic spear?
I was about to say.
It's a wooden obsidian spear that's glowing.
Detect magic!
That seems pretty magical.
Glowing, yo.
I'm gonna take a level in sorcerer.
You detect you detect magic, and yes, there is magic radiating from this. And you all you've run into various magic items in the past. You know the auras of these items, and Mirth, you've gotten into a habit, especially with around all these Nethralese items, to really being able to read the power of the magical aura around something. This spear has a very, very potent aura of transmutation.
Mirth lets out a low whistle and circles around the spear and goes, "Whew, this thing stinks of transmutation. Like, real powerful."
I wonder what it did.
Well, it turned something into something else, clearly. That's what transmutation is all about.
It's a rather
So, what
large
did it
category.
turn? Yeah, for real. Huh. Does this look like a Frost Maiden touched moment, or is this pretty is it logically pretty clear this was an ice giant cultural thing, or was this something that it seems like she would have given them? Is there any information you could give me in that vein, or do you want me to make
Go ahead
some
and give me
kind?
an investigation check.
Sure.
And if anyone can do that, that's perfect.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I like investigation.
It got to be somebody else because I got a 9.
My mouse to work.
Hold on,
Somebody
D&D
roll higher
Beyond
than
does
me.
not agree sometimes.
Nope, I got a 7.
Darn
I
it.
got a 26.
Yes.
Ooh, look at you.
It is
Oh, we got 14.
appropriate that the person who became infatuated with the frozen corpse of the giant now loves the stuff attached.
Mm.
Hush goes into information goblin mode and just starts scurrying around on the ground looking at every little detail, and you can see these minute elements that you remember from the giant in the other room. You can see these interesting glyphs and carvings, all of which are in the giant language using the dwarven script. Do you happen to speak giant?
I don't think so. Wait, let me just double check what I do speak.
I think we had this problem before. I don't think any of us speak giant.
I have comprehend languages on. No, it's spoken. Never mind.
Yep. Comprehend
Oh no,
languages.
I can understand any written
You
language
can-
that I see, but I have to touch the surface.
Which is how we got around a different language barrier. I think only Mirth could understand that.
Mirth speaks Dwarven and Draconic, which surprisingly similar in some ways.
Yeah, with
You-
my staff, I can understand it if we need to.
Okay. Mirth, you would recognize the dwarven script,
Mhm.
but because you can't read it, it's pretty common knowledge that, giants would use the dwarven script. What would be notable to you that do know dwarven, it seems like a very, very old version. So essentially, a couple bits of information come forth. You don't see anything, Hush, to make you think the giant was associated with the Frost Maiden. You don't see her religious symbols. You don't see iconography. You really don't see anything at all to make you think that would be the case.
Is it something I can touch, or is it too far away?
You can. There is writing on the spear. You could touch the spear if you wanted to cast comprehend languages in order to read it. That's certainly possible.
Is that okay with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with it.
Sure.
Yeah, Hush
Absolutely.
is just racing around the thing, just speaking. It's like, look at the size of this thing, and can you I think I remember that this little squiggly thing here was actually on the armor of the big giant in the other room as well. So I think this must have been his actual weapon, or maybe this is maybe this is his coat of arms. It's like he's just talking. He's just going.
May, you cast comprehend languages while Hush is going through the guesswork, and you reach out and touch the spear. As you do, the letters reform to your mind to change to common, your preferred language. And at the same time, the light on the spear travels down the spear's shaft and passes into your hand as you touch it. You immediately begin to glow. And I'll tell you what that means after you read what's on the side.
Ooh.
The side
I
of
hope
the
that's not bad.
The side of the spear says, "Behold." I better type this as I'm saying it.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. "Behold the spark of Vladimir the Great. May all who touch it share in his strength."
Aww.
So I think May is going to read that as the glowing is happening.
Cool.
Wait, what does that mean? Sharing his strength?
Do you feel stronger? That's in character.
Oh, I was muted. Brahma's gonna reach out and poke it.
Okay. It feels like a spear. And May, did you say that you say that out loud? What?
Yeah.
How does? Okay. When you say Vladimir the Great, the rest of you can see behind May this slow fading in of a 35-foot tall something.
Um,
Uh,
quick, untouch it.
There is a powerful voice that echoes through this chamber
Nope.
that says, "You summon." May, you turn and your eyes are at knee level of this absolute beast of a almost completely transparent giant.
He's a ghosty.
He is
Not as Keith Gerard.
exactly the look of the frozen giant several rooms away.
Bestie.
Whoa.
Oh, hello. Hush, is this your buddy?
Yo! Like, it's you! And was this yours? And oh, this is so cool. This is melting into the
I'm just gonna
floor.
say, unfortunately, Hush is going to go ahead and say that Brahm looks at the giant and is glad he's wearing a helmet because he turns very red. Very.
Oh my god.
Lord.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry, I rolled. Okay, it happened. I was just like,
Brom.
he's a large man. I must roll.
oh
Wow.
my god.
Sorry.
And that was quite
Yeah, I love it.
quite the result as well, T.
I know. Yeah, for everyone who can't see it because no one can see it, that was a 69 out of 100.
Nice.
Oh my god.
How did he do it on purpose? I was hoping he'd
Look,
fail.
I'm giving
know,
you the Homelander laser.
Oh,
It's not even me. I don't even like men.
Your character does, and he sure is goofy
Yeah,
about it.
gross.
This massive ethereal giant stands looking at you, May, waiting.
I don't know what to do, y'all.
He invited you to share in his strength.
Yeah, hello, yes, I would like to share your strength.
Then take up my spear.
King Arthur, this thing.
I'm going to try to do it, I guess.
Oh god, our bard.
there was ever a time to animate objects.
I don't think I don't think I have any more of that. I don't know. So.
No, because we don't have spell slots.
Well,
How are you gonna lift
Brahma's
a
gonna step-
spear that's like 35 feet?
I don't know. I guess I just have to try. I have mage hand. I have my mage hand. Can my mage hand help?
Your mage
Oh.
hand has a limit of 5 pounds.
I can't
Might
go
be really
Alright, just
light.
under.
Brahma's gonna step away from the spear so that May could try.
Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah. You know what?
Mirth pushes Brom back, like
Okay.
towards the spear,
Br-
with
Brom
sort of a
is-
side eye.
I had a
Okay.
giant. I had a couple X's that were giant, so I can do this. I got this.
All right.
Let's let Janie try first. Brahm is more than happy to try after her.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
I'm doing I'm cheering her on, going, May.
Now,
May.
there are a couple things that feel very strange. That glow that passed from the spear into you. As you wrap your hands around this spear, your grip feels much surer than you thought it might. May, for the next, well, until the next long rest, your strength is 20.
Oh my God.
Whoa, she's strong.
So I'm gonna. So,
Time to nap it off immediately.
so I roll
That's
a
so
strength
cool.
check.
You roll a strength check, which is adding 5.
Okay.
Let's go.
Did I roll it? No, I didn't roll it yet. Come on, roll it for me. Why is it not rolling it? I hit it like 5 times and it didn't roll it. This
You
is
might
not-
have to reload it. Or if you have a d20 there, you could just roll one right there.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time and then I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Good.
Actually, I can roll a d20 from here. Roll. 16.
16. You begin to pull on this spear with all of your strength, and you feel much stronger than before. But it doesn't break free of the ice.
Okay.
You are perhaps not strong enough.
Clang, 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 clang. On Brahm's armor loudly.
Keep
Hugo.
this blessing. So, until your next long rest, you will still have a strength of 20.
Nice. Brom is going to try.
Brom, you reach out, you pull, roll a 17, and no, the spear does not pull free from the ice.
Hush, why don't you try?
Hush spits in his hands. I don't know if he can actually wrap his arms around the spear. I don't know if it's
It's
possible.
I mean, it's probably a both hands situation.
A both hand situation. Okay, so he's gonna he's gonna try to do a strength with his -1 strength.
No.
So rolled a 15. That's big.
It doesn't pull free.
Yeah, maybe we can try something together. I want Astoria to try. We're all just gonna try, just for shits and giggles. Why not?
Brom is gonna assist her. How's that?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So, Astoria, you can roll with advantage.
Okay. Fiddle. D&D Beyond, can you work with me here? It has been
Okay,
really
so
annoying about my stat rolls. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it manually because it's being weird.
Works for me. Been weird about a lot of rolls.
That's good.
Yeah, it's like only the saves and stats. Like abilities, fine, but it's just like, no, I don't want to roll any other things. All right, so that's first roll.
And this will be the last scene for tonight, and then we're gonna wrap.
Nope.
There was a summer yawn. Sorry about that.
Can we all just try to do it together?
Let's all try and do it together.
Everybody at the same time?
Teamwork.
Yeah.
All of you together. You don't even have to roll. The 5 together can pull the spear from the ice.
Oh my god, the power of friendship. It worked.
Big tug.
You yank it. There's this as the ice around it breaks. And the 5 of you are holding a 25-foot long spear.
Whew.
Hooray.
What now?
You did it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna actually try and hold the end of it and see if I can lift it up.
You can lift it, yes. It's a well-balanced weapon. And yeah, you can lift it and swing it around awkwardly. No difficulty at all. Everyone ducks as a 25-foot spear passes over everybody's
Whoa.
head, which is quite the feat since it's held by a halfling at the moment.
Amazing visuals.
Wow.
Let me see if I can do
Tongue
it.
is out. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Passes it over to May.
That is 20 strength now. So
You can hold it quite comfortably.
May's
So
twirling it.
as all of you play with this newfound 25-foot long spear and consider what that could possibly mean, along with May's sudden cut physique, you take a moment to reflect on all that's happened the past few days. You've had a friend die and be brought back to life. You've met new friends that had their own issues. And you've come together yet again, deep within the Frost Maiden's vault, wondering what could happen next. And that is where we will end for the evening. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us this evening. We're going to do a real quick sign off, and after that, touch base for just a few minutes. Goal of being done in about 11 minutes, right at 11:30 my time. So we're going to go around the horn, just remind us of who you are, the next thing going on. We can toss links in chat to simplify that. I think everyone in here has those permissions. So, Sir Heck, tell us who you are, who you been.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure we still have a fancy card that has everyone's links. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Go to that link in the chat. It has everybody's stuff and plugs all of their different socials and other things. But hey, everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, I'm here. I'm on your screen. And as per usual, I was back with Astoria this time. We got there. It only took us this long, but we finally got there. You can find me all over the internet at Sir Heckalot, including Twitch, Itch, I guess Twitter as long as supplies last, etc., etc. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wear a lot of hats and go a lot of places and do a lot of things, and it's only gotten more hectic since I started 4th year of vet school, which I also post about sometimes on my socials. So if you like hearing about weird things I do in this wild time of my life right now, go to my socials. It's a fun time. Let's see. At least for kind of the near future in the TTRPG space, you can find me as well as HP back here on Monday for Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragonlords, and y'all, oh my god, this next episode, there's going to be so much drama, and I'm starting next episode with 2 levels of exhaustion, and I'm terrified. I I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I'm so scared. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time. On Tuesday, you can find me over on Enchanting Sorcery, where we play Into the Old Margrave, which is an Into the Woods style 5e campaign. Also a great time. Much sillies. It's fantastic. Then on Wednesdays, you can find me over on Lantern Light Adventures, at least for a limited time, as we play through Old Gods of Appalachia, where we just recently met some big bads, and they're real intimidating, and I'm sure yep, it's gonna be fine. We will not face the consequences of our action. We definitely won't. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's me.
On over to Al.
Hi, I'm Mal Lucart. I play Mirth, and you can find my links in the card that was linked earlier. I will be here, I believe, next weekend. I facilitated a game of Bite Mark, which was a story about werewolves solving a dark mystery, and I think there's going to be a watch party coming up. I think it is next weekend, so
I think so
will be
too.
there. Yeah, I will be there hanging out and chat and enjoying that. So feel free to come join us. That's all.
What's a
On
watch
over
party?
to turn it on
It's
and
where we
we
get
watch
together.
it together.
Yeah.
When I first started Darkest Night, Brightest Light, we would go live, and then I would play the rerun as a watch party later in the week. We did that for like the first 4 episodes before I went over to channel that was and is no longer.
The old channel.
On over to T. You.
Hi, I'm T, and I am, for the moment, just here. You can find me on Twitter, mostly just retweeting commissions that I have. Most of the time, unfortunately I've been very busy with work, but I will be here in 2 weeks. I think. Are we on 2 weeks? Yeah.
I think so. That doesn't fall on Gen Con, does it? 2 weeks falls on Gen Con. We're not here in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Gen Con.
Oop.
On over to Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I played May. My links are in the card, and I don't know where I'm going to be next, but I will be somewhere.
Squiggles.
Hey. I'm Squiggles. I've played the role of Hush today, the lovable halfling rogue. I hope everyone loves him as much as I do.
Yes.
I love him more
will
than
be-
you.
He's so fun.
He's so
I will be back here in a couple of weeks' time for Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Well, our hands are cold, but our hearts are warm. I think that's how the phrase goes. My socials are in the card link as well, where you'll find me doing a lot of dance stuff because I'm in the dance world a lot, like in the UK. So doing a lot of hosting of dance shows and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then I'll post about that quite a bit. But yeah, if it's TTRPG stuff, I'm here.
Yay.
Fantastic. And I'm Last Hit Point Hero. As was mentioned, we are not meeting next week because I will be in Indianapolis at Gen Con. So if you want to say hi, I'm there.
Yay.
I think I'm 15 years running at this point in a row.
that's
I
awesome.
absolutely love that convention. I have a blast every year. And this is one where I'm not working the show. So usually I'm working the show for some company or another, and this time I'm not. I am free to game. It's going to be a blast.
good.
Any other thoughts? Oh, my local minor league soccer team is advancing in the knockout round of the championship, and that happened just before the game, so I came into this really excited. That's not important to anyone, but I'm going to throw it out on the internet anyway.
Yeah, you do it.
Me in a really good mood. I think that is pretty much it. Just with the 5 minutes left on the clock before we turn off for the evening, time for any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms, and also time to talk about kind of the behind the scenes things that I like to put in front of stuff. The big one for tonight was retconning a conversation that did not unexpected. It did exactly as we talked about off cam. It did exactly to the plot what it would do. But honestly, I wasn't prepared for it to do that, and don't know why I didn't anticipate that it would do that. So we had a good conversation off of pacing and the big conversation, and Al worded it wonderfully. They said that it's a time when the mechanics of the game have gotten in the way of the story of the game, and that's something that I think made for an excellent conversation. It's one of the things that happened behind the scenes here. Does anyone have any thoughts about any of that? The resolution, the conversation, anything that you want to share for the sake of those still watching?
Sometimes the numbers are real mean, and we don't like that.
That's another wonderful way to put it.
It's true though. Yeah.
Yep.
I think where each of our characters not being in the good place to be able to have a really hard battle, which I think is what's going to happen if any of the assailants that we may be coming across are anything like Hush, then it's going to be a hard battle, and you'd want to be prepared for that as much as possible. And it wouldn't be fun. It would be the stream would end very early in that case, so I think it was a good decision to go, hey, actually let's kind of like at the end of Act 1 of Baldur's Gate, when you get that, hey, if you go past this point, you've missed all of this area. It's like, okay, cool. Let me stay in Act 1, because Act 1's really fun. I'm really enjoying my time here. And, oh, look, a dragon kind of thing, you know? Yeah, that's what I think about that anyway.
Fantastic. If there's nothing else, those sort of things that I love, I get a kick out of having these conversations up in the open. I don't know. It's something that's important to me. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. With nothing remaining, there's only one thing left to do, and that's what you need to do until we see you again in a month. And that, good. Take care, everybody. Be good. We'll see you next time. Bye. Foxy,
Bye.
send us home.